two reptilian monsters, two tragic men cursed by science and mutation. From Gotham's sewers to Spider-Man's city streets, Killer Croc and the Lizard are two of the deadliest predators in comics. But if these two beasts went head-to-head, which one crawls out on top? Let's find out. Killer Croc backstory. Waylon Jones, better known as Killer Croc, didn't start out as a supervillain. He grew up with a rare mutation that gave him reptilian skin, making him the target of lifelong ridicule and abuse. As he grew older, his body changed further. He became an alligator wrestler, a sideshow attraction, until his rage and bitterness twisted him into one of Gotham's most feared mobsters and sewer-dwelling monsters. His condition developed into what scientists call regressive atavism, basically meaning his DNA tapped into ancient reptilian traits. Killer Croc, powers and feats. Over time, Croc's skin hardened until it became nearly invulnerable. His muscles grew to superhuman levels, his speed increased, and he even gained a reptile-like healing factor. But the darker side? His primal animal brain steadily took over, pushing him further from his humanity. Croc has knocked out Batman with a single punch multiple times. He's hurled cars, smashed through reinforced walls, shredded metal doors, and ripped open a bank vault with his bare hands. His body keeps mutating, getting stronger every time. Croc has battled Bane even while Bane was juiced on venom. He's fought Solomon Grundy and even won on occasion. He's injured Osiris, who carried the power of Black Adam, and has clashed with Aquaman underwater. In extreme moments, he's even managed to land blows on Superman and Zod, though it's doubtful he actually hurt them. Durability? Croc is practically bulletproof. Deadshot once shot him point blank in the head, it barely broke the skin. He survived skyscraper falls, collapsing buildings, and massive explosions. He's taken hits from Aquaman, Supergirl, even Superman. With his healing factor, Croc can recover from almost anything, even regrowing limbs. And while many see him as just a dumb brute, that's not the full story. More recently, Croc's savage monster act has been suggested to be partly an act. He's stealthy, cunning, and calculating when he wants to be. When he does embrace the beast within, though, he becomes a relentless predator who can maul nearly anyone in his way. The Lizard backstory. Dr. Kirk Connor's story begins not in crime, but in war. A skilled surgeon and combat medic, Connors was injured by a phosphorus blast while saving soldiers on the battlefield. His right arm had to be amputated. Unable to continue as a surgeon, Connors turned his brilliance to science. As a world-class herpetologist, he dreamed of regrowing his lost limb. His experiments led him to create a serum based on reptilian DNA. It worked, his arm grew back, but it also created his monstrous alter ego, the Lizard. The Lizard, powers and feats. The Lizard is one of Spider-Man's most terrifying foes. Even Peter Parker admits, Connors might actually outmuscle him. Spidey can't afford to hold back in a fight, because sometimes even his full strength isn't enough to break free of the Lizard's grip. The Lizard has tossed Spider-Man around like a rag doll. He smashed through reinforced steel, hurled cars, and struck hard enough to send people flying through walls. His raw strength sits in the 10 to 15-ton range. And then there are his claws, razor sharp, able to slice through flesh, reinforced metal, even some superhumans. Durability? The Lizard shrugs off bullets, tanks Spider-Man's full punches, and survives explosions. Spider-Man has admitted that punching him feels like hitting solid steel. He survived blast from the Human Torch and just keeps coming back. Like Croc, he has a healing factor, recovering from most injuries in minutes. But what makes the Lizard truly dangerous is his speed and agility. He's fast enough to blitz Spider-Man in close combat, dodge Spider-Man's attacks, sneak up despite the spider sense, and even dodge bullets. And then there's his tail, powerful enough to restrain Spider-Man himself. Finally, the ace up his sleeve, reptile telepathy. The Lizard can mentally command snakes, lizards, and other reptiles, turning an entire swamp into his personal army. Even more frightening, he can influence the lizard brain in humans, reducing them to savage, primal versions of themselves. The fight breakdown. So, who would win in a clash between Killer Croc and the Lizard? At first glance, they look evenly matched. Both are massive reptilian bruisers with claws, teeth, healing factors, and insane durability. But when we dig deeper, the gap begins to show. Killer Croc's edge. He's ridiculously tough, able to survive headshots, skyscraper falls, and superhuman punches. His mutation keeps evolving, pushing him toward greater strength and durability. He's smart enough to use his environment and cunning when needed. The Lizard's edge. He is flat out stronger than Spider-Man, who is already one of Marvel's strongest street-level heroes. His claws and tail give him more versatility than Croc. Spider-Man struggles not to break his own hand-punching Lizard, while Batman and his allies regularly put Croc down. His speed and agility allow him to blitz Croc in ways Batman never could. And most importantly, his reptilian telepathy could potentially exploit Croc's biology, turning his feral rage against him. At the end of the day, Killer Croc is a tank who keeps evolving into something stronger. But everything he can do, the Lizard does better. He's stronger, faster, more versatile, and has powers Croc simply can't counter, like reptile control and human primal manipulation. Unless you're using one of those rare versions of Croc who mutated into a Justice League level monster. This fight isn't close. The Lizard wins.